Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x is equal to 8. So I want to find the value of x. For my solution, first start with 4 to the power of x is equal to 8. And 4, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 2. And 8, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So now if I replace 4 with 2 to the power of 2, and if I replace 8 with 2 to the power of 3, I get 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is simply equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is simply 2x, which is equal to 2 to the power of 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, then this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, 2x is equal to 3. So I have 2x is equal to 3, so I'm simply going to divide both sides by 2. These two cancel out, and I'll be left with x is equal to 3 over 2. So this is my answer. Now, there's actually a second method of solving this problem. So again, I first start with 4 to the power of x is equal to 8. But this time, I'm going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 4 to the power of x is equal to log 8. Now, if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can actually move this exponent b to the front. So this is going to equal b times log a. So in this case, for log 4 to the power of x, I can move x to the front. So that's going to equal x times log 4, which is equal to log 8. Now I can simply divide both sides by log 4. These two cancel out, and I'll be left with x is equal to log 8 over log 4. Now, remember 8, that's equal to 2 to the power of 3, and 4 is equal to 2 to the power of 2. So now I have log 2 to the power of 3 over log 2 to the power of 2. Now I can move these exponents to the front. So now I have x is equal to 3 times log 2 over 2 times log 2. These two log 2's can cancel out, so I'll simply be left with x is equal to 3 over 2. So this is my answer. Alright, so for this problem, I have x is equal to x over 2. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, first start with x is equal to x over 2. Now, I'm actually going to subtract x over 2 on both sides. So then, these two x over 2's cancel out, and now I'll be left with x minus x over 2 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So now I have x minus x over 2 times 2 is equal to 2 times 0. So for 2 times x minus x over 2, I'm simply going to distribute the 2 to all terms in my parentheses here. So first off, 2 times x, that's simply equal to 2x, and 2 times negative x over 2, the 2 simply cancel out, so all I'll be left with is negative x. And this is equal to 2 times 0, which is simply equal to 0. So I have 2x minus x is equal to 0. Now 2x minus x, that's simply equal to x. So I have x is equal to 0. So x equals 0 is my solution. Now I actually have a second method of solving this problem. So again, I first start off with x is equal to x over 2. And now this time, instead of subtracting x over 2 on both sides, I'm actually going to multiply 2 on both sides. So I have 2 times x is equal to x over 2 times 2. Well, 2 times x is simply equal to 2x, and x over 2 times 2, these two 2's cancel out, so I'll simply be left with x. So I have 2x is equal to x. Now, I'm going to subtract x on both sides. These two cancel out, and I'll be left with 2x minus x, which is x, is equal to, on my right-hand side, I'll have 0. So x equals 0 again. So now to check, I have x is equal to x over 2. We know that x equals 0. So I have 0 is equal to 0 over 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So I have 0 equals 0. And because this is right, my solution is right. Alright guys, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 20 minus 4. So I'm going to first start by rewriting 2 to the power of 20 as 2 to the power of 10 times 2. So I have 2 to the power of 10 times 2 minus 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So 2 to the power of 10 times 2, we can rewrite as 2 to the power of 10 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 4. 2 to the power of 10, that's equal to 1024. So now I have 1024 to the power of 2 minus 4. And 1024 I can rewrite as 1000 plus 24. So now I have 1000 plus 24 to the power of 2 minus 4. Now if I have something in the form a plus b squared, this is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. In this case, a is equal to 1000 and b is equal to 24. So I have 1000 squared plus 2 times 1000 times 24 plus 24 squared. And then I have my minus 4 at the end. Now 1000 squared is equal to 1 million. 2 times 1000 is 2000. 2000 times 24 is going to be 48,000. Now 24 squared, that's going to equal 576. So I have 576 minus 4. And 576 minus 4 is 572. So I have 1 million plus 48,000 plus 572. And this is equal to 1,048,572. So this is my answer. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. Alright, so I have x to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 2x. So now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m to the power of n. So 2 to the power of 2x, I'm going to rewrite that as 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x. Now, a to the power of m times n, this is also equal to a to the power of n times m, right? We could switch the order of these two. So if a to the power of m times n is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n, then a to the power of n times m, this is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. And if these two are equal, then this means that a to the power of n to the power of m is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of x to the power of 2. So now I have x to the power of x is 2 to the power of x to the power of 2. Now, 2 to the power of x squared, I'm going to rewrite this as 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of x. So now on both sides I'm going to divide by 2 to the power of x. So then these two cancel out, and now I'm left with x to the power of x over 2 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of x. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So this is equal to x over 2 to the power of x, which is equal to 2 to the power of x. Now, I'm going to take the power of 1 over x on both sides. So now I have x over 2 to the power of x to the power of 1 over x is equal to 2 to the power of x to the power of 1 over x. Remember, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So x times 1 over x, these two cancel out. And again, these two cancel out. So I'll simply just be left with x over 2 is equal to 2. Now to solve this, I'm going to simply multiply both sides by 2. These two cancel out. So on my left-hand side, I have x is equal to 2 times 2 is 4. So x equals 4 is my answer. Now to check, my original equation was x to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 2x. So I know that x equals 4, so now I have 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 2 to the power of 2 times 4. Now I have 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 2 to the power of 8. Now 4, this is the same thing as 2 squared, so I have 2 squared to the power of 4 is equal to 2 to the power of 8. 2 times 4 is 8, so I have 2 to the power of 8 is equal to 2 to the power of 8. And because this is right, my solution is right. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 19 minus 2 to the power of 18. So to solve this problem, I'm going to first start by rewriting 19 here as 18 plus 1. So now I have 2 to the power of 18 plus 1 minus 2 to the power of 18. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is simply equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, 2 to the power of 18 plus 1, I can write that as 2 to the power of 18 times 2 to the power of 1. Now I have this minus 2 to the power of 18. So now from here, I can simply factor out 2 to the power of 18. So now I have 2 to the power of 18 times, now 2 to the power of 18 times 2 to the power of 1 divided by 2 to the power of 18 is simply just 2 to the power of 1. And now this negative 2 to the power of 18 divided by 2 to the power of 18 is simply negative 1. Now, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 18 times 2 to the power of 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 to the power of 18 times 1, which is simply equal to 2 to the power of 18. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to simplify this to get the exact value of 2 to the power of 18. So 2 to the power of 18, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 9 to the power of 2. And 2 to the power of 9, as most of you probably know, is 512. So this is the same thing as 512 to the power of 2. Now 512 to the power of 2 I can write as 500 plus 12 to the power of 2. And this is the same thing as 500 plus 12 times 500 plus 12. So now to solve this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start by distributing 500. So I have 500 times 500, which is the same thing as 500 squared, plus 500 times 12, plus now I can distribute the 12, so I have 12 times 500, plus 12 times 12. So now 500 times 500, this is the same thing as 250,000. So I have this plus 500 times 12, this is the same thing as 6,000, plus again 6,000, plus 144. Now 6,000 plus 6,000 is 12,000, and 12,000 plus 250,000 is 262,000, so I have 262,000, and we can't figure out 144 at the end, so I have 262,144, so this is my answer. Alright, so in this problem, I have 8 to the power of 4 plus 8 to the power of 4. So, to solve this problem, I'm going to first start out by factoring out 8 to the power of 4. So now I have 8 to the power of 4 times Well, a to the power 4 divided by a to the power 4 is 1. So I have a to the power 4 times 1 plus 1. Now, if I simplify what's in the parentheses, I get a to the power 4 times 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now 8 here, this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So if I replace 8 with 2 to the power of 3, I get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4 times 2. And now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So in this case, 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 3 times 4. And 3 times 4, that's simply equal to 12. So I have 2 to the power of 12 times 2. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m plus n. So in this case, 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. So I have 2 to the power of 12 times 2 to the power of 1, which is equal to 2 to the power of 12 plus 1, which is equal to 2 to the power of 13. So this is my answer. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and simplify it. So we know that 2 to the power of 10, this is equal to 1024. So 2 to the power of 11, this is going to equal double of 1024, which is 2048. And 2 to the power of 12, this is double of 2048, which is 4096. So 2 to the power of 13, this is going to be double of 4096, which is going to be 8192. So 8192 is my answer.